Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, today I'm bringing you a video that was brought to my attention by someone who wishes to remain anonymous. Now, y'all know anonymity is something we like to maintain here. So if you ever have any stories that you would like to bring to the forefront, but don't want your identity revealed, you can email us and we'll put the story out there where you can feel safe and still get your point across to the world without jeopardizing your safety or freedom. All right. Now, this story is an unfortunate one because I see this go on a lot in the hood where somebody attempts to take someone else's life, but they end up losing theirs. And now the person who was left to survive is labeled the bad guy. All right. And usually because society says that they wasn't supposed to have a weapon or whatever the case may be. But let's say he or she didn't have a weapon, then they wouldn't be here with us today neither. So it's a touchy topic. In this case, with Aaron Jenkins, aka Boss AARO, he's going through the same problem as we speak. He was involved in a situation that forced him to shoot two individuals September 24th, 2021, which left one of them dead and the other one in critical condition, and also shooting a cop in the midst of it all as well, so they say. So some may say, well, why or how did he shoot a cop? And my take on it is this: if one situation didn't happen, then it would have never led to the next situation. All right, there's a cause and effect for everything, and pretty much if the two individuals didn't attempt to rob him or take his life, whatever they came for, then it would have never escalated to a cop being shot in the first place. All right, we're going to get into all that, but before we do, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And I swear, it's lit here. So join one of the latest games on YouTube so you can stay updated with some of the realest content. Now let's get straight into it. Now, I'm gonna get y'all familiar with what's going on first, before I reveal what this anonymous person told me really happened. All right, I'm gonna read a news article straight from the Chicago Sun-Times and then let you know what really happened and give y'all my opinion about it. Now, of course, after y'all check the video, I want y'all to give me your opinion as well in the comments. I know we always have debates on who's wrong, who's right, you know all that based on the video. So let's start off with this Chicago Sun-Times article, and it says here: after a gunman shot two teenagers last week in South Shore, he opened fire again and wounded a Chicago police officer who was applying a tourniquet to one of the young victim's leg, Cook County prosecutors said on Monday. Now it says after Aaron Jenkins struck the 30-year-old female officer in both thighs Friday, she got into a police SUV and was driven to a hospital where she told colleagues, quote, "I'll be back soon," prosecutors said. One of Jenkins' teenage victims, an alleged 18-year-old, died. The younger victim, 16, was on a ventilator in critical condition, authorities said. After the shooting, Jenkins, 26, went on to barricade himself in a nearby home in an hours-long standoff with police, prosecutors said. He surrendered on Saturday. Now it says the initial shooting broke out after Jenkins and his girlfriend walked up to the back porch at his sister's house in the 7200 block of South Jeffrey Boulevard, prosecutors said. There, surveillance cameras captured the two teenagers come up from under the porch, prosecutors said. Jenkins had a brief interaction with the pair before he allegedly opened fire. Now, to be honest with you, there's surveillance that pretty much got these guys coming up from the woodworks, under the porch, or whatever the case may be, and it's showing that they are the people who are the aggressors, pretty much. All right, they're the trespassers. They're the ones that's being aggressive. They're the ones that's bringing harm to him. So first and foremost, that in itself should be enough to give him enough leeway. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, it said the two teens retreated, but then the older teen, who was hit several times, returned fire from the middle of the street, prosecutors said. That teen, who suffered gunshot wounds to the neck and shoulder, ran to an alley and collapsed, prosecutors said. Police later found a fully loaded handgun discarded in a nearby brush pile. It says the officer, who was later wounded, and her partner drove toward the scene after they heard the gunfire while on patrol a block away. The officers found the 16-year-old bleeding in the middle of the street, prosecutors said. The officer, who was later shot, opened her driver's door, then placed her left foot on the ground and began to apply a tourniquet to the 16-year-old's leg, prosecutors said. Soon, more gunfire erupted from the south end of the street and the officer was hit. It says shell casings and a fired gun were found in the street near the younger teen who had been shot in the hip and chest, prosecutors said. Jenkins was ordered held without bail Monday for attempted murder of a police officer and aggravated battery with a firearm. A spokeswoman with the state's attorney office wouldn't say whether Jenkins will be charged with the older teen's murder or not. Now, first and foremost, 15 years old, right? 15 years old. What are you doing at 15 years old trying to be in the street going on drills? But this is what's going on in Chicago, y'all. And not just only Chicago, it's a lot of places where these kids are jumping off the porch younger and younger as the years go on. But I tell you one thing, being that he survived, I bet you that bullet taught him a very, very, very valuable lesson. I bet you that bullet got him not wanting to be in them streets no more. All right, them streets is not a game. I know they glorify it in rap videos, and you think that being a savage and all that is cool because it look cool, right? Until you really feel what it's like to be one. And this is what it comes with. It's not a good feeling at all. Now, anyway, now that you got the news media story, let me fill you in on what's really going on, because if you leave it up to the news, they aren't going to give you all the details, because most times they don't even know the details themselves, and they'll make it seem like this man just went on a killing rampage. But this ambush didn't just stem from nowhere. Let me fill y'all in, right? Now, Boss AARO is from the 81st and May Street, all right? That's Auburn and Grisham area, and he's tied to King Von's brother on his father's side, who is YBG Low and other OTF members. Now, the 18-year-old that was one of the two attackers that was killed during this incident goes by the name of 75CMONEY. All right, and 75CMONEY is from 75th and Chappelle, which is the east side of Chicago, and they rep MCs, which is a gang called Mickey Cobras. And the Mickey Cobras are affiliated with 800, which are also OTF ops. All right, now 800 consists of guys such as 800 Lil Twin, 800 Fats, 800 Smooth, and a few other members. All right, so now do y'all see like the correlation between the two, the reason why they don't get together? Boss AARO is from 81st and May, and he affiliated with OTF in them, and 75CMONEY and the other guy, his little partner that he was with, is from 75th and Chappelle, and they are affiliated with Mickey Cobras. So that's where the motive behind them coming to attack Boss AARO comes from. So now that y'all know that, now let's speak on the situation. Now, it seems to me that 75CMONEY and the younger 15-year-old, I seen one article say he was 15 and the other one said he was 16. I'm not really sure, so we're just gonna go with 15, right? It seems to me that they attempted to either rob AARO or take his life. And either way, it's clear that they didn't know what they was doing, and it resulted in them taking an L. I don't understand why Boss AARO is being charged with anything when it's clear that he was the victim. And the news article states that he was with his girl, right? So not only was he protecting himself from these two armed attackers, he had a female to protect as well. Why is he being looked at as the bad guy? Alright, they were trying to catch him slipping as he was going into his house or his sister's house. So by all means, that means that they came wherever they came from to get him. He didn't go looking for them, but he acted out of self-defense and did what he had to do to protect him and the girl he was with. But yet they're going to pin 2 attempted murders and, well, 3 or however that go, and aggravated battery on this man. What about the 15-year-old? What charges will he have to face for trying to do harm to this man? I don't care if he was a kid. If you old enough to partake in grown street business, then you old enough to get hit with them same consequences just as much. Because let's say them two guys succeeded with their mission and Boss AARO wasn't here with us today. Then what would y'all be saying? You see what I'm saying? And honestly speaking, the anonymous person told me that Boss AARO didn't even shoot the lady officer. And to be honest with you, I believe it, because we all know how officers could twist up stories and make it seem like things are one way when it really went a whole nother way. But let's talk logic. The article says that, quote, the officer who was later shot opened her driver door. Then she placed her left foot on the ground and began to apply a tourniquet to the 16-year-old's leg, prosecutor said. Soon, more gunfire erupted from the south end of the street and the officer was hit, prosecutor said. But how? All right? Because I can't see anybody who was initially ambushed and a victim of this situation have a reason to even let off shots for no apparent reason on an officer. What sense does that make? Somebody please make it make sense in the comments. Now, it's possible that she was hit during gunfire being exchanged, but they saying she was never there until they drove by the 15-year-old body, then seen him on the floor and she tried to apply a tourniquet to him, right? So that only tells me that maybe somebody's leaving out key parts of the story for whatever reason, because there's no other explanation. Either someone is leaving out key parts of the story or somebody is lying. Which one is it? And I don't think that Boss AARO should be charged with what he's being charged with. I believe that being that he is who he is, he may be a target for the police and they just want to give him some type of time and trump up the charges and make him seem like a bad guy. Because one of the guys is dead, right? The other kid is just a teen, he's 15 years old, and then a cop was shot. So of course they're gonna have to pin it on somebody. Alright? I don't think he should be treated the way he's being treated, man. Hopefully these guys get a good lawyer that can see through all the cap and he's let off, because they're really just trying to pin things on him because an officer was shot in the midst of this whole incident. Alright? But regardless of anything, he was still a victim. Let's not forget that. He was a victim of pretty much a robbery attempt or a murder attempt gone wrong. He just acted out of self-defense. So the story is up there. I'm gonna leave a link to the story so y'all can check it out yourselves. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as y'all keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping, and I'm out.